everyone, I am Eve the Medium and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel and you're interested in developing your spiritual gifts, I invite you to subscribe below and also click the notification bell to be notified when any of my new videos are up. Today's video is answering a question that has been asked many times, and it is, what saints should I place on my altar? I am planning on setting up an altar. Who should I place on the altar? Well, guys, you do not place any saints on an altar unless you have devotion for a particular saint and you want to set up an altar for that saint. Then you can go ahead. All you have to do, set up a table, bless it, of course, put a white cloth on it, and by the image, make sure that it's clean, so blessed. You could take it to a church, and then you can light candles to that saint. Now, when it comes to an altar for the 21 division, and I might also go into the ancestors altar to give you just a little bit more information. When it comes to the altar of the 21 division, it should be set up only if the Lua have come to you in a dream, or if the Lua walk with you, meaning you have had a spiritual path investigation reading, and in that reading it was recommended that you set up an altar. Then I will guide you, personally guide you how to set up that altar. But you must always start with your main Lua and not saints. The saints, the image of the saints that we place on an altar of the 21 division are not the saints. We do not serve the saints. We servitors of the 21 division serve the Lua that's behind that saint, or synchronized with that saint, to be more specific. We take the image of the saint and we prepare it as we know how, meaning we fix that image with the energy of the Lua. So we are not speaking to the saint. For example, the statue of Saint Michael. When we stand in front of the altar or sit in front of the altar, I am not speaking to Saint Michael. I am speaking to Beriberkan, and also with Anaisa and so forth. We are speaking to the Lua, not to the saint. When we serve, when we give them a candle, a lamp, food, whatever it is that they ask us for, it is served, it is given to the Lua, to that Lua in particular, not the saint. It is not the same thing. Just as I have mentioned in other videos, Saint Michael is not a Lua. Or let me make this more clearly. Archangel Michael is an archangel. Belieberkan is not Saint Michael. I understand people may get confused because Belieberkan is synchronized with the image of Saint Michael. But Belieberkan is not Saint Michael. The reason that they're synchronized is because they have similarities, in the sense that Belieberkan is a Lua of justice, protection, and Archangel Michael is an angel of justice and protection. So that is why Belieberkan was synchronized with Archangel Michael. But he is not Archangel Michael. Just so you guys could understand. So when we set up an altar, it is not for the saint, it's for the Lua. Another thing that you should know, when you are ready, or when you have had a spiritual path reading per se with me, I will guide you through the setup of the altar if the Lua have recommended that you set up an altar and serve your main Lua or the Lua that walk with you. But it's never recommended for you to go to a botanica and buy all these statues unless those spirits have shown up in your reading. When I give you a spiritual path investigation reading, I will tell you, so this spirit is speaking, this Lua is speaking, this other Lua is speaking, and I will give you the names of the Lua that begin to show up in that reading. And then we will find out which ones you need to place on an altar if you have to. If your path is to be a servitor. Because if your path is not to be a servitor, you can just have a very simple small altar. It's a place for you to go and pray. You don't need to have a huge altar. And an altar should always be set up correctly under the guidance of a priestess. So do not just go to a botanica, buy a table, and start buying all these statues. I have heard people have done that. Just develop a connection with the spirits that walk with you, and you'll be fine. And only set up an altar if you have to. But first, develop the connection. Now, speaking of developing a connection, a spiritual connection, the most important thing that you must do is begin a connection with your ancestors. Connecting with your ancestors also helps you to connect with your spiritual guides, with those family spirits, which is very important because they have a lot of knowledge. They teach you so much. And having the aid and the assistance of your ancestors can also help you develop spiritually. They can guide you through your dreams. So it is very important that you begin there. You cannot skip step one. Step one is developing the connection with your ancestors, speaking to them, acknowledging them, asking for their help, asking for their assistance. Ancestors can help you with everything. They know you better than anybody else. And if there's a loi, a family loi that wants to be taken care of or served, your ancestors will teach you that. It makes things a lot easier when you begin with your ancestors. If you skip that connection with your ancestors, you will notice that things just feel off, that you never quite get that connection with your spirits. The best connection to begin with is with your ancestors. How do you do that? You set up a small altar for them. Doesn't have to be big, small. You do not have to even put pictures of your deceased loved ones. Candle, large goblet of water, a standing cross, a book of prayers. On Mondays, serve your ancestors. What can you serve them? A glass of water and a candle for elevation. Speak to them. They can hear you. And if they need to speak to you, they will come in a dream and give you all the information that you need. It's not that difficult, guys. Begin from scratch. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your family and for your spirituality. Begin by connecting with your ancestors. As I speak now, I feel all my ancestors around me. I feel their love. I feel their peace. And you can also experience this when you begin to connect with them. Ask them to help you in whatever it is that you need help. Finding a job, with money, whatever it is. And if anyone in your family, any family member that has passed, was a spiritualist or a priestess, they can also help you. So you see the connection with your ancestors. It is extremely important. Begin there. That is the best advice that I can give anyone. And anytime I give someone a spiritual path investigation reading, ancestors always come up. And as you can see, if you visit my website, I am now offering ancestors readings. This reading can help you find out more about your ancestors, meaning their spiritual path, the spirits that walk with them, making it a lot more easier. So if that interests you, you can book a reading with me and we'll find out what your ancestors want and how you can better serve them and how you can better communicate with them. So guys, be very careful when setting up an altar. Wait, be patient, because if you start serving the wrong spirit, things can go left. So be very careful. Wait patiently for your spirits to show up. Begin the connection with your ancestors. That's the best thing that you can do, because then you'll start connecting with your guides and your gifts will start developing. And that is very powerful. It opens a door to all spiritual connections. You will see for yourself. And also remember to keep a journal of your dreams. Any dreams whatsoever you may have. It might not have a meaning in the beginning, but afterwards you'll see that it has a message. I hope this video has been very informative to all you guys and has also answered the question, what loi should I place on my altar? Wait and get a spiritual path investigation reading. If you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the notification bell to be notified when any of my new videos are up. I love you guys. May God and the 21 Division bless each and every one of you. And as always, I wish you much love and light.